Welcome to Mind of Royer and Happy New Year. It's been a few weeks again, but I am back and ready to set out on a mission, really, a goal, so to speak. So, this week's topic is patience, the concept of patience, the practice of patience, patience as a behavior, as a choice. The dictionary definition of patience is the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. Personally, I find it very difficult to practice patience. Traffic is the worst. When I'm in traffic, when I'm all by myself, nobody else to hear what I utter out of frustration, it gets dark. It's bad. I'm glad that my driver's side window doesn't work, because there have been times where I've just wanted to roll down the window and absolutely go in on somebody. But in the end, what would that accomplish? That would just show my weakness in allowing somebody else's lack of consideration dictate my emotional well-being. So, backwards thinking. Also, when I'm impatient, inanimate objects will all of a sudden become the enemy. Car keys, cell phone, the internet, cars, appliances, technology, you name it. They don't work how we want them to work or when we want them to work, and all of a sudden, that justifies us flying off the handle and saying things totally uncalled for, which kind of reveal ourselves to be unstable in that moment. It's not an attractive quality, impatience. It's not. I usually regret what I say and do when I act impulsively out of impatience. It always humbles me when I say something stupid out of impulse due to frustration resulting from impatience. I'll lose my patience, say something insulting or a backhanded comment to a loved one or a friend, and it's like instant regret. All for what? Some entitlement that how I think things should work or how I think the orchestration of life should be. And then when that doesn't happen, bang, oh, I'm entitled. I'm justified to behave this way because this is surprising me that I'm not getting my way all the time. I found a great article online from Psychology Today on patience, and there are brilliant points made by a medical doctor who wrote the article. One quote from the article reads, "Patience doesn't mean passivity or resignation, but power. It's an emotionally freeing practice of waiting, watching, and knowing when to act." So pretty much without patience, our relationships take a downturn. We begin speaking with each other in a toxic way, becoming irritable and short-fused with one another. Those who are around are loved ones, and they take the verbal or hopefully not physical beating because of a lack of patience. This demonstrates someone who is emotionally unstable. They become hostile and aggressive, and that's not a high quality trait. It's actually something that's repulsive and needs to be addressed and changed as soon as possible. One big thing that people tend to disregard about patience is an inability to delay gratification. And people might argue, why delay when you can just access pleasure, consume it, and continue to do so in a perpetual manner? It's important for us not to compromise our values for what we are consuming or what we are engaging in. What I mean by that is if we are not delaying gratification, we may be lowering our standards, say on a romantic level, just to pursue and obtain this form of pleasure, whether it's just the feeling of belonging and being accepted, or other things pertaining to romance. When you can't delay gratification, you begin seeking out alternatives that may be of lesser quality just for the sake of consuming some form of pleasure. It's a very self-driven, self-absorbed way to live. And for those who wait, those who are patient to find maybe a more compatible relationship rather than just the first one somebody can obtain, when you do that, then that's when the magic happens, because it was almost divine, a serendipity type situation where you were waiting and trusting in the process, trusting in God's ability to provide you with somebody who's going to make you a better person and who's going to support you and be the perfect complementary piece to you. And that's worth waiting for. It really is. So that's just a romance example. I mean, we could get down to ethical examples. Delaying gratification because of impatience could give someone cirrhosis of the liver if they are an alcohol drinker, because say you drink it moderately, it doesn't affect your body in that negative way. But if you are unable to delay gratification because you just want to be drinking alcohol and experiencing the drunken effects of it, then those physiological outcomes will result because of that inability or maybe lack of desire to delay gratification. So there's another one just right off the top of my head. And without patience, our relationships take a downturn. We become frustrated and aggressive, and we're unable to delay gratification. But with patience, now this is the good stuff. This is why it's worth it. With patience, we have emotional freedom. And with this comes a sort of liberated feeling where we are at peace. We have joy. We can see the good things in life because we are very in tune with the process. We have come to an understanding and acceptance or general contentment with our situation. And because of that, we have become patient with the process, and we're awaiting the rest of our life to unfold, whether it's day to day, week to week. Kind of building off of emotional freedom, you also have intuition when you have patience. This involves trusting the process, monitoring progress, and being right with timing, and understanding that timing, a good concept is like fine wine. You got to wait for the end result to be the best it possibly can be, but don't wait too long. You're not just pushing it, kicking it down the road, but in order to get the most preferable outcome, the timing's got to be right. And some of these things are a mystery. We don't know when the time will be, but I believe when that time comes, we will know. If you're picking up what I'm saying, you don't always have the foresight of when that time will be, but when that time does come, it will be quite clear, and that will be the end result reward, really, for your patience pertaining to, let's say, a fitness goal with your body or a romantic goal with meeting the right person. Another huge thing you have with patience is peace and adaptability. Peace, because you are very in tune and comfortable with the process and the way life has gone, and you can expect it to go whichever way because you are adaptable. And adaptability is really just taking things as they are and reacting in the best way possible that's going to give you the most favorable outcome. And sometimes we make mistakes. With our adaptability comes life experience, and the best teacher is failure at times, because when we fail, we learn how to approach it differently the next time. Hopefully we're not just trying the same thing over and over and over. Einstein defines that as insanity. But when we're adaptable, when we fail in life, or when we're just being patient and steadfast, that adaptability to just take life as it comes, frustrations, inconveniences, offenses, that's all water under the bridge. It's about overcoming. So this is my statement. Nothing can steal my joy. Minor inconveniences, frustrations, and offenses shouldn't break our composure to the point of compromising our values. Let's demonstrate strength in graceful endurance and overcoming. Let's be overcomers. That's all from me. I don't know when you'll see me again. Thanks for watching.